Well, there we go. We're live. What's up, everybody? How's it going out there? Come on in, gather around, get the kids. Tell everybody what's going on. Because Cash is live. Woo! We'll see. We'll see for how long and for how much, though, right? I do have to be up early in the morning. I have a 4 a.m. delivery. And that is a thing, 4 a.m. I don't even like to admit it, but 4 a.m. is a thing. Here we go. What's everybody doing out there? Be sure to smash that like button as you come in. Everybody come on in, gather around. We're going to see what's up. Watching them roll in here. I'm parked at the receiver. We got a 4 o'clock appointment in the morning. We just going to hang out here till 4 o'clock in the morning. And then we're going to go get unloaded. And then we're going to sit around till 4 p.m. 4 p.m. And then we are going to snatch up a load at 4 p.m. And that load will carry us back to Minnesota. So that's the plan. We just do it. We're just going to do it live. You know, that's how we do. That's what's up. Killian's in the house. What's up, Killian's? Cheap Freight Haulers in the house. Barry Haberson made it in. Cheap Freight Hauler said, how did the Volvo test drive go? I did not go see the Volvo. I got stuck at a receiver trying to get unloaded for 12 freaking hours the other day. And did not get to go do the Volvo drive. So, I don't know. Maybe this coming week, I'm going to take a week off for spring break this next week. So maybe I go look at one then. I don't know. I just don't know right now. Chief Hunter says, I test drove a 579 Thursday. It had a Cummins, and man, that thing had so much torques. Yeah, you better believe them Cummins got the torques. That's for damn sure. Joe Little's in the house. Tough times if you're rolling up to that 800,000 mile mark and want to order a new truck. Lots of choices and lots of technology coming into play. Yeah, I'm going to buy me a Tesla truck. I'm going to spend $300,000 on a Tesla truck. Which, if you ask me, I think the Volvo truck's trying to look like the Tesla truck. I know some people don't like when I say that, but I do. I think the Volvo truck's got a little bit of it's got a little bit of Tesla look to it. Oh, I'm not a fan of cold coffee. Yeah, we're just gonna throw the rest of that away. I regret that. I regret that immediately. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you could go get a brand new truck right now. What kind of brand new truck would you go get? Me personally, I think if I could go get a brand new truck right now, I'd probably get a Freightliner. I mean, I hate the Freightliner service in my area, but I think I'd just go brand new Freightliner. Let me know what you think in the comments, and let me know what you think. Michael's in the house. Evening, what's up? Hex Flex made it in. I got $5. Says he's late. Ooh. Maybe. Hex Flex says I got $10. Says he ain't got no panties on. Well, I know I ain't got no panties on. You won that one for sure. I was probably late by like 1 minute, but do we consider 1 minute late? You know, I don't. Nah. If I'm within 15 minutes, I'm not late. Is the way I look at it. I mean, you know. Something epic's in the house. He says, I'm up in Washington State. Fuel is $6.75 a gallon. What the actual fuck? Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty crazy. $6.75 a gallon. It's pretty wild. That is pretty wild. There's a link to ES Advantage. If anybody's needing a fuel card, I highly recommend the ES Advantage to you. It's great discounts. I'm just saying, great discounts. Something epic. There we go. Bull of the Woods in the house. Jeffrey's in the house. What's up? Cents per mile says motherfucker come asking me to get $10 out of the ATM. He said, no, idiot, you're wearing better clothes than me. Hot damn it. Damn it, give me some money. Give me some money. Chief Hollow says Spring Break in South Padre or Panama City. Ooh, never been to South Padre. I'd probably go Panama City. I love me some PCB, baby. Some PCB. If I could get a brand new truck right now, anything I wanted, I'd get a white Freightliner. I like white trucks. They're not the best at hiding when they're dirty, but I like to keep my trucks clean anyway, so I don't really care. And white reflects the most sun, and I hate being hot in a truck, so I'd rather have a white colored truck to reflect as much sun as possible. I might go Park Smart on that electric APU, but if I did that, I would probably put those lithium iron phosphate batteries in it, so I could run it for like 24 hours just on battery power. Anybody else think about that setup? The Minnesota Twins home opener is Friday, April 3rd. I'm trying to be there, but the problem is it's supposed to rain on the 3rd, and that's an outdoor stadium, so I'm not sure. Might be a little bit of a bummer. Might be a bummer. I mean, it kind of sucks too if they reschedule the game. I might not be able to be there. So it's supposed to rain. I don't know. I got to look and see. I know they got a game Saturday. I might try to go to that, but it's supposed to rain again Saturday as well. I have to see if maybe they reschedule them for Sunday. Might be able to go on Sunday, but we'll see. We'll see. Stanza Transport says them testy trucks looking horrible. I think the Volvo looks like a Tesla truck. To me, it's kind of like in between a regular truck and a Tesla truck. The Volvo, the new Volvo. But yeah, I think the new Tesla, or not the new Tesla, the Tesla truck, it's like all electric vehicles. They just look goofy as fuck. I mean, can we not make an electric vehicle that just looks like a normal car? Why do they all have to look like a giant vibrator? You know what I mean? Like, Michael says, just repainted my W9, honey. All right. Fresh coat of paint on there always makes her look nice. Makes you feel proud about it. I find myself screaming at these live shows. I don't know why I feel the need to have to scream during the live show. I'm sure the people parked next to me are like, what in the hell is going on over there? The guy parked over here on my driver's side, he has a TV or something going in there, man. I mean, it's loud as all hell. But I guess me screaming over here at the live show ain't much different. So, man, they are rolling in here. This place is going to be crazy in the morning. Crazy. That guy, he says, hey, I got to park next to the Porta Johns. As close as I can get to the Porta John, the better. He doesn't realize that's not a bad parking spot, but in the morning when he goes to pull into the gate, it's a little bit of an awkward spot to pull in the gate. Just saying. You got to think about your exit strategy as a truck driver. Anytime I back into a parking spot, I think, how the hell am I going to get out of here? Especially in the morning when this place is a madhouse. There's gonna be a real sumbitch, I promise. Barry says, we have spring break heathens in Panama City Beach. Come join the crazy mess. Maybe. Mr. Hunky Dory says, Freightliner is mandatory APU. Yeah. I'm kind of like, if I got a new Freightliner, would I get a diesel APU or would I get the electric Park Smart? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm still working on a deal for that 13 speed. So it's not gone. It's still in play. So I found a new Freightliner. It's got about 100,000, like 150,000 miles on it. DD15, 13 speed manual. Still working on that. Still trying to get that truck. It's going to take time to get that truck. That one's going to take me a little time. Which may not be the end of the world because, they're going to want to chuck a change for it. And that gives me a little bit of time to save up some more money. I think that guy just realized he's not going to be able to get through the gate in the morning, so he's switching spots. Smart move. That's a smart move. You got to think about your exit strategy. But anyway, back to this Freightliner. It's going to take a couple months to get that. I know it. So I'm working on it. That's the move right now. I want the 13 speed Freightliner Cascadia DD15 13 speed manual. To me, that truck is just it's set up to print money. I borrowed a manual truck from my carrier earlier in the that would have been last year now. I'm trying to figure out what month it was. This is March of a new year, but last year I borrowed a manual truck from the carrier, and I got to thinking I wouldn't mind going back to a manual truck. I just wouldn't because it's just a different mindset, there are times when it's like, okay, yeah, I'd rather have I would rather have an auto truck, but like when I was in, like, say, a traffic backup, it's just a different mindset. You don't just ride with traffic. You just put it in a gear and creep along, like when you're in a traffic backup and you see that guy that's, leaving like a 3 or 4 truck gap in between the car in front of him, and he's just doing one steady speed. That guy's probably got a manual. It's just a different mindset. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, my only thing would be, would I want the diesel APU or could I live with the Park Smart? Because I've never had a Cascadia with the Park Smart. And I just don't know. Now, I've had the Peterbilt electric APU, and I was pretty impressed with the Peterbilt electric APU. A lot of people say, oh, it's junk, it's this, it's that. I didn't have any trouble out of it. It would run for like 8 or 9 hours on full blast. And that's about enough, for me, because, typically, I wouldn't start it immediately. Like when I parked, the truck would be cool. I would, wait maybe a half hour, start it, and then let it run all night. Now, if you park somewhere in the middle of the day, it's not going to get cold in there, but it would get cool. Like I could sleep in the middle of the day. So I was fine with that. Some of the Eric said I'd get a brand new extended sleeper, like 10-foot sleeper behind the cab and a 40-foot trailer. Yeah, that's just not for me. I just want to make a bunch of money and go home. Like I could give a damn about being on the road for weeks at a time or this or that anymore. And a 40-foot trailer is very limited. Those guys with those big gigantic sleepers, those trucks weigh a lot. You're really limited on weight. To each their own. It wouldn't work for me though. Shannon Thomas Trucking in the house. What's up, Shannon? Thanks for coming in. 58 people in the house. Smash that like button for me if you could. I much appreciate it. Cheap Freight Hauler says they had a new Volvo 860 and Mack Pioneer at Matt's. Them things are heavy. 20,180 pounds on the 860 and 20,630 on the Pioneer. Holy moly, that is heavy. Damn, what is it? All the electronics in there, probably. Standard Transports has just passed a live of China women beating on some corn on the cobs with a stick. Yeah, I'd probably watch that, you know. I'm just saying, I'd probably watch that. Hexflake says, hey, Cash, can you get a DD15 in a Pete? No. I mean, if you paid to put it in there, you can get any damn thing you want, but no. Freightliner bought Detroit, so you can only get a DD15 in a Freightliner and a Western Star, I believe. If I'm wrong, y'all correct me, but I believe that's the way it is now. Can you get a Cummins in a Volvo? Is a question I have right now, because you know, Cummins is kind of like the freelance engine. You know, you can get a Cummins in about anything, but I haven't seen a newer Volvo with a Cummins decal on the side in a long time. So I'm just wondering if you can still order a Volvo with a Cummins, or if you get a Volvo, does it have to be a Volvo engine? Just wondering. If anybody knows, let me know. Mind Your Helm says, white when dirty looks good at a distance. I agree to that. Yeah. White is not the worst color when it gets dirty. For me, like I got this truck I got right now is like a dark blue, and the salt just sticks out like a sore thumb on this truck. This truck gets a little bit of salt on it, and it looks horrible to me. When this truck is clean, I love the dark blue. It's a good looking color as far as looks. In the summertime, it's a hot truck. It holds heat. That dark color, you know. That's just how I look at it. I'd rather have a white colored truck. I'd rather have a light colored truck to reflect as much sun as possible. You know, I give a damn about looks. I give a damn about whatever. I'm here to make money, be comfortable. That's it. That is it. Alan says lithium iron phosphate is the way to go. Inexpensive and light and long lasting. Yeah. If I had an electric APU, I'd probably just run whatever batteries it came with. And then when those batteries needed to be replaced, yes, lithium iron phosphate would be what I replace it with in there for sure. Mr. Hunky Dory says lithium iron phosphate, how long last, price, volts? Very energy dense, for sure. Yeah, you can look that up on you can look that up. I mean, I don't know the stats of it right offhand, but they last a long time. They're relatively cheap compared to, you know, like, well, batteries are expensive no matter what, but you know. Cents per mile says, who's going to be the first to buy a Tesla truck and put stacks and a visor on it? Nice. Yeah, I would love, oh God, would that not be the best? Buy a Tesla truck, extend the frame, put stacks on it, put chicken lights all over it. Oh my God, please someone do that. G Walker's in the house. What's up, bro? Top Rope made it in. What's up, Top Rope? I was listening to your live show earlier while I was going down the road. Couldn't really interact with it because I was driving, but I had you playing in the background, man. Your Sunday live shows are becoming epic. I got to give it to you. They really are. I look forward to those. Never a dull moment. I promise that. Yeah, if you guys don't know Calvin Leaks, go over there and look at his channel. That shit was funny as hell. They auctioning off that guy's truck on YouTube. Oh, that's good stuff. Mr. Hunky Dory says, if I buy a Tesla truck, put bug zappers on the stacks. There you go. Purple glows going down the interstate at midnight with lightning noises and sounds from the bug zappers. Damn it. Yeah, damn it. Tom Roble says, I was at this spot in Kentucky the other day. I saw you on Google reviews. Yes. Yes, I've got a lot of Google reviews out there. I do that mainly for myself. You know, it's kind of a selfish thing, but I like to leave reviews of places so when I go back, I know what I'm doing. I try to say, okay, there was overnight parking. Where's the shipping office? I try to give reviews of useful stuff. And if anybody else does that, salute to you, because that really, it helps me out in the future. Because I'll be honest with you, if you're leaving a Google review, I don't care how much your lumper fee was. People always say, oh, the lumper fee was so expensive. And it's like, I don't care. I don't pay the lumper. But where's the shipping office at? See, stuff like that matters to me, so I'm not walking around like an idiot, But yeah, Six Simpers in the house. What's up? Griff made it in. Joe Little, $4.99 super chat. There you go. Let me put that up there. Joe Little says, I parked next to one of those new Volvos while doing a post trip. It had 3 of those rat dogs yipping and barking. I could barely hear them. Nice. That's nice. I like a nice truck where it's insulated. That's always a plus. Grill says, are you sure it's not 100 miles an hour tape, aka duct tape? Hell yeah, Cash. Yeah, 100 kilometers an hour. That was the live show. I even forgot what I even named a damn live show. 100 kilometers an hour. I've been rolling at 100 kilometers an hour this weekend, and that's about 63 miles an hour for anybody that doesn't know. Yeah, that's like prime speeds. But anything helps in this point. I had nowhere to be. I picked up this load on Friday, and they loaded it super quick. Shout out to the homies down there. Loaded her super quick, and basically I had like 750 miles to go from Friday night to Monday morning. So I went really slow. I went like 63 miles an hour. Anything slower than that, and my truck doesn't do good. Because it constantly wants to downshift, it's a bummer with this truck. From like 58 to 61 is like an in-between. Let's say 58 to 62 is kind of like an in-between a gear speed. It does not like that. So, yeah, I rode her at about 100 kilometers an hour, and I did pretty good. I probably got like, probably like averaged 8.2, something like that, 8.2 miles per gallon at 62 miles an hour. I got 40,000 pounds in the box. So, at 62, I was happy with that. I probably could have went 65. Probably got like 8 miles a gallon, so not that big of a deal, not much of a gain. But if you got nowhere to be, I got like 30 hours on my clock. I'm 10 hours from the house, and I'm going home for like a week. So, there's no reason to rush it. It was like any dollar I can save is a dollar I could spend when I go home. So that's what I did. Yeah, that's what I did. Hexflake says they need to do something about these non-sleeper box trucks and the hot shot pickups taking up parking spaces. Box trucks should be at a hotel. Yeah, a lot of people park those box trucks like they go home and they just leave them parked at the truck stop. I mean, go to any QT in Atlanta, any QT or any racetrack, and I guarantee you there's a box truck that looks like it's been parked there for 10 years. Crazy work. I mean, crazy work. Alan says Group 8 lithium is 280 amp hours, costs $300, and lasts 24 to 30 months. That's money right there. Money. Alan says only downside is charging below 32 degrees is problematic. Some of those lithium iron phosphate batteries have built-in heaters in them, so they heat themselves when they get cold like that. So, yeah, you are correct. They do have problems. Yeah, you can check them out. They sell them all over the place now. They're becoming pretty common. Hexflake says I had an issue with the Park Smart on a Freightliner, and an International keeps cutting off the inverter and ruining everything in the fridge. Damn it, that is a bummer. That is a bummer. Something Epic says that extended sleeper and 40-foot trailer would be if I stayed OTR. Yeah. Something like that, you almost need like a dedicated account. That way you knew you know where to be and how to be with that big ass sleeper. And that, it's like those guys. You ever seen a guy at a PFG trying to back in with an 8-foot extended frame rail? I mean, just fighting the living hell out of it. There's a PFG up there like Elizabeth, New Jersey or somewhere like that. I watched a guy like just curb the hell out of his tires, just beat the hell out of his truck trying to back in there. He had like a 6-foot extension on the frame rail. And I'm just like, why in the hell would you do that to yourself? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. But that's me. I don't get a lot of things. Ask the old lady. Top Rope says that's 3,000 pounds heavier than a 579. Yeah. A 20,000 pound semi is heavy. Yeah, my 579 is probably 17-ish, maybe 18. Somewhere in that ballpark. So over 20,000 is heavy. Like, that's heavy. Michael says, I wouldn't mind going back to manual, but my knees would probably disagree with me. Yeah. That's true. That's true. Chief Freight Hauler says you can get a Cummins in a Volvo, but why would you? Yeah, exactly. I just didn't know if you could still do that or not. I wonder, I bet it's a hell of a markup. I bet you probably pay an extra 10 grand to get a Cummins in a Volvo now. I'll have to look into that when I'm done here. See what that costs. I bet it's stupid expensive though. 251 guy says white is tight. Yeah, I mean, for me, trucking ain't about looks anymore. It ain't about this. It ain't about that. I like a white truck because they're cooler in the summer. It's just that simple, that's all there is to it. John Doe says they still put a Cummins in a Volvo. Okay. You can get Cummins in your Volvo. She's got Cummins in her Volvo. Sorry. I like watching everybody. I like seeing everybody's equipment. I like staring at people as they go by, seeing what kind of trucks they got. See how they doing it. Havoc's in the house. I've seen a lot of people with signs saying out of gas. Maybe I need to do the same with these diesel prices. Damn it. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. The Southeast is getting wrecked right now on fuel prices. I can't believe like Arkansas, Missouri, Tennessee, like states that used to be cheap. Like they're like Ohio prices now. Like they're like Indiana, Illinois prices. Like you don't get no relief going down south anymore. That's for damn sure. Something Epic said after second thought, I think I'd look into doing local owner operator day cab, 500 horsepower, 2,000 torques Cummins triaxle with a 12,500 gallon out of 12,500 gallon 4-axle fuel tanker. Son of a bitch. That's massive. 12,500 gallon. Like, am I looking at that wrong? It's like 100,000 pounds of fuel. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at that wrong. Michael says I would probably be 15 to 20,000 more if they would, but I don't really know. Okay. Thanks again for the $4.99. Joe Little super chat. Thank you so much. Airwolf says I got fuel in Kentucky at $4.88 going to shithole Costco Atlanta. Woo wee! My buddy's on his way down there right now. They changed the entrance of that one, didn't they? Is that the one I'm thinking of where you got to go down to the red light, make a left now? You can't just like turn into the Costco. You got to go through that weird little neighborhood or something. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been down there. Yeah. Hexflake says, I got a Cummins X15 in my International, and the mileage sucks. Average 6.8, 7.4. I hope to buy my own truck this year. I like the International interior better than a Freightliner. The DD15 mileage is great. Yeah, that's the key to it. Gary Cook, hello, Cash, listening from home tonight. There you go. Anybody that listens from home gets double points. Double the points. Thanks, everybody, for coming in, by the way. I don't know if I thanked everybody or not. Appreciate you guys. Hello from Alaska. Woo, come on, Hector. Thank you. Hexflake says, I think we should get a class action lawsuit against the asshole that designed the collision avoidance system. I can tell you how many times the truck tried to throw me through the windshield. Yeah. That is a big deal breaker for me going forward. The Bendix Wingman, I'm done. I'm done with Bendix Wingman. Here's an idea for Bendix, okay? I throw money at these big corporations if they would just listen to me. If you're going to have a radar on the front of a truck and you're going to have a piece of plastic over the front, you need to have that piece of plastic be heated in some way. I mean, like, I love it when the thing beeps at me because the radar's covered in ice. Well, motherfucker, I didn't design you. I didn't design you to be covered in ice, okay? Don't beep at me. It should be beeping at the guy that engineered a piece of plastic without a heater in it. You know what I mean? Like, that's just a thought, maybe have some way of, circulating some heat through the damn thing. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but yeah, that's a pain in the ass. My 579, the way whenever it gets ice on the grill and the truck engine is hot, obviously, it melts the ice off the grill and it runs down over the Bendix Wingman radar and refreezes on the piece of plastic. So I'm constantly, every time I stop, I have to get out there and scrape the damn ice off that piece of plastic. Yeah. I'd like to go upside somebody's head for that design. I love it. I love how when I'm going down the road and there's like cars passing me in the mist, like the road spray gets on the Bendix Wingman radar, it blocks the radar and then it won't reset itself until I stop, turn the truck off, and then turn the truck back on, and then it resets itself. I just wouldn't give you a nickel for it. These big companies, they think they're doing something with that Windex. I keep calling it the Windex. The Windex Bingman, the Bendix Wingman system, they think they're doing something. It's a pile of shit. Like, it frustrates drivers. To me, it's no safer. I mean, when a car takes an exit ramp and they're 50 feet off the ramp and my truck still tries to throw me through the freaking windshield, I don't know who thinks that's safe, but it's not. But whatever. Hector says, can you do one day a video about fuel hauler owner operator. I don't know much about it. I mean, if anybody in here is a fuel hauler owner operator, there you go. There's your video idea. But yeah, I don't know. I don't haul fuel. I don't know much about it, honestly. Marty says these 2022 Volvo 860 is 21,000 pounds. Jeez Louise, that's heavy. Something Epic says, is cash glitching or is it my internet going out? I don't know. It looks okay over here. It could be me. I don't know. I'm in a parking lot with a lot of trucks right now, and there's a truck stop across the road, and you know, it just it is what it is. It is what it is. Hager says, no more Cummins X15 engine in a Volvo. 2025 was the last year with the V and X. I did test a new Volvo prototype in Alaska for heavy haul 2 years ago for the new the new D13. Not DD, not a Freightliner. Volvo D13. I like the Volvo D13 engine. I'm not opposed to that. But yeah, that's what I was wondering. I haven't seen any new Volvos with the Cummins logo on them, so I was wondering about that. Dominican Trucker, Atlanta is a clock killer. Yeah, for sure. For show. Airwolf, yes, that's Costco. Yeah, I ain't been to that Costco in like a year or two, it seems like. It's been a while since I've been down to that one, but 12,500 gallons of diesel is 88,750. Whew, plus the weight of the rig. So that's like one of those 120,000 pound states. Is that what that is? Was that like out there out west, right? They let them do that, like a couple states out there. Josh, the vegans in the house, howdy cash. You looking for another couple back hauls before you go home? No, I got to pick up a back haul in the morning, and then we going home. I was going to deadhead from here, just go straight home, but they called and got a load that's like picking up 24 miles from here, and it's delivering pretty close to my yard where I park my truck, and it's paying $1,250. And they were like, hey, you want to grab that? And I was like, I throw $1,250 on the week. I can't be mad at that. You know, we're planning on going to the Minnesota Twins home opener game, so I'll probably need every bit of that $1,250 to to pay for me and my crew to go to the baseball game. That's not a cheap endeavor anymore. Man, going to sports games are stupid expensive. Cheever Heller says triple points for listening from the recliner. Yes, triple points. Triple points if you're in the recliner and you hit the like button for sure. Some of the Epic says, but I'm not yet a fuel hauler. Heard those tankers can only be filled to like 80 to 85% capacity to allow for expansion. Yes, I would imagine. That is a lot of expansion. Hector says, I haul 13,600 gallons of diesel in Alaska with 154,000 set up, 120 feet long. Golly. Yes, be very, very careful with that, son of a bitch. You know, that's one thing. You know, fuel haulers make damn good money, but you got to calculate for risk in there too. You know, a lot of people, it's not just free money. You know, it's money that like you're earning. That's for damn sure. Top Rope says, Wingman is annoying on the passenger side. I unplug it. Yes, my Wingman, the only thing my Wingman is set up for is front radar. The lane assist has been removed. My lane assist, you know, goes. That's been taken off, but I still have the front radar because my truck has adaptive cruise control, and they built the Wingman into the adaptive cruise control. So you can't cover the, you know, a lot of people used to tell me, oh, just cover the radar. You cover the radar and it beeps at you constantly and you cannot use your cruise control. So Yeah, Wingman is a bummer. Ty Rope says, has your 579 ever slammed the brakes under a bridge due to that radar? It used to do that, and then we recalibrated it. My company has the Peterbilt software. So my company changed the parameters on it to, it was set for like 1.5 seconds. It would beep at you, and they moved it to like 2 seconds or 2.5. I can't remember which one, the maximum. And now it doesn't do the slamming on the brakes at the bridge thing. The only thing it does that annoys me is if a car takes an exit ramp, because there's no white line, you know, where the ramp opens up, there's no white line. So it thinks you're going to follow it, and whew, it loves to slam on the brakes when you do that. But I've kind of got to where I know it's going to do it. So I just put my foot on the gas pedal and it doesn't do it. But yeah, yeah, the slamming the brakes under the bridge, when I first got the truck, it used to do that about twice a week. It tried to throw me through the windshield. But I don't know. The Bendix is not worth it to me. Like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Joe Little with another super chat. Let me see what we got here. Yeah, boys on stage. There we go. Joe says, looking at those Ritchie Brother auction sites, you can see from the interstate, I swear, I can pick out 5 to 10 trucks that have ran me off the road. Yes. So I've actually just saved the Ritchie Brothers auction in Owatonna on my phone, so I can look at it tonight, because there's a lot of Freightliners at that Ritchie Brothers Owatonna right now, and it's the trucks from that company Minstar. You guys ever heard of Minstar? They went bankrupt like 2-3 months ago, maybe more than that now. Yeah, I think that was last year, but they went bankrupt last year, and so Minstar has a bunch of trucks over there at the Ritchie Brothers Owatonna. Let me see, figure out where I'm at here. I lost my spot. Standard Transport says, I want to get a dump truck and leave this OTR stuff for y'all. Yeah, if you can afford a dump truck, it's not a bad way to live. I know a couple people that do dump truck work, and there's money in it. There's money in it. It's a little bit seasonal, depending on what kind of work you're doing. But you know, if you can make enough money in the spring and the summer and the fall, why not take off a little bit in the winter? You know, I used to have a property management business, and we did a lot of work in the spring, summer, and fall. And then in the winter, it kind of lulled out a little bit. And I never was mad at that. You know, like when the weather is crappy, just sit at the house. You know, so yeah, I wouldn't be against dump truck work. In Minnesota, side dumps are big, belly dumps and side dumps. So instead of getting like a dump truck, you buy a day cab, and then you pull a side dump or a belly dump. And when Yellow Freight went out of business, I looked into buying one of those yellow day cabs. I wanted like either a Cascadia or a Volvo manual transmission, and they had a bunch of them. And I looked into it, and there was a company in Minnesota that was offering, I think it was, I can't remember the percentage, but it was kind of like what I do now. You know, like they handle the trailer, and then you make a percentage of the work. You operate the truck and the drive, you know, and all that. But yeah, not a bad setup. Not out of the realm of possibilities. Top Rope says Index Bingman. Yeah, it's killing me trying to figure out how to say Bendix Wingman. Dan's Trucking and Outdoors X15 Efficiency Series in my 2018 Cascadia with Eaton 10-speed, automated. Get the same MPG as HexFlex. SS9MR efficiency, my ass. But hey, I got all them torques. Yeah. Hey, when you run out west, you got to have all them torques. You just gotta. Yeah, I used to tell people a Cummins efficiency model is an oxymoron. You know, Cummins has never been known for efficiency. So I don't know. Some people do, some people don't. Top Rope says the closest to fuel hauling I know is DB215. Yeah. Yeah. Tales from the Dirty Broke. That's the only fuel hauling I know. Stanza says, what state are you in, Cash? I'm in Illinois right now. Illinois. We're going to grab a load out of here tomorrow. Hopefully, let's pray to baby Jesus that this trailer does not need a washout tomorrow. Dear Lord God, please don't make me have to get a washout tomorrow. I'm hauling a chicken load, but it's packaged chicken, like to a grocery store. You know what I mean? It's not like bulk chicken in the big, in the big totes. What do you guys call those things they haul chicken in? I've heard them called Gaylord boxes. I hear some people call them bins. I've heard some people call them totes. You know, like the big 4x4 box that just leaks everywhere. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, we're in Illinois right now. Dusty Trail says, my boss made me pull a trailer with a flat tire for 600 miles. And I got 4.9 miles per gallon. Yeah, I don't think I'd pull an old busted tire for 600 miles. Yeah, I just don't think I would. I know I would. There's no way in hell I'd pull a busted tire for 600 miles. I was at Love's the other day getting an airbag changed out. And, like, kudos to my carrier. I've been here for, ever now. I'm like 7 years at the same carrier. Actually, I think it's more than that, but either way, whatever. It was 7 last time I figured it up. I don't know how long ago that was. But I left for like 6 months and then came back to this carrier. I think if you combine that year and a half I did before I left, it's probably closer to 9 years I've been here. But like when I need an airbag, a brake chamber, anything on a trailer, I go to Love's and I got 2 options. Either I can call them and I can just have them pay for it, or what I like to do is I like to put it on my credit card and then give them the receipt. They reimburse me. I pay the credit card off, 1.5% cash back, on, when it's, $400 or $500. It ain't a lot, but it's like $6 or $7 to me, for basically doing nothing, other than moving some money around on the phone. And, it's like a free meal, so that's usually what I do, but no, I wouldn't pull a flat tire 600 miles. That's too dangerous. I mean, especially if you're loaded. But the shit you see out here is crazy. I was in Love's the other day. There was a guy with a cracked hub that was leaking oil, and Love's had the part. It was like the do you guys know, like the aluminum is a steer. It was on the steer axle. You know that aluminum hub that's got like the rubber plug in it that you fill up with axle oil. So that thing had a crack in it and it was leaking oil everywhere. And the Love's was like, yeah, we got the part. It's like an hour of labor and the part's like, I don't know, $80. And the guy was like, no, that's too much. Just put the old one back on and I'll have my driver drive it to our yard and we'll do it ourselves. And I'm just like, how is that too much? Like what? Like, your shit is busted. Get it fixed. I don't know. It just blew my mind. And, I was like, if I was the driver, I would just call them and tell them, your shit's at Love's. Come get it. I'm out. Deuces. I'm not driving your busted, leaking ass oil truck down the road. It just ain't me. It just ain't me. Like, and I would take pictures of all that, and I would take pictures of the work order. That way, if he tried to say I abandoned his truck, I would say I didn't abandon your truck. I abandoned a broke down piece of shit that you refused to fix. That's what I abandoned. So I don't know. The stuff I see out here is unbelievable these days. Josh says, what speeds are you running? I'm trying to keep my 2009 387 at around 62-ish. Yeah, 100 kilometers an hour. I'm a Canadian now. I run 100 kilometers an hour, pal. You know, South Park, I'm not your buddy, pal. I'm not your pal, friend. But yeah, I'm trying to run 62-ish, 63-ish when I have time. You know, to me, the equation is you go as slow as you can and get the load there on time and don't run yourself out of hours. You know, if you're trying to run, you know, a bunch of loads on a 70-hour clock, speed up a little bit. The little bit of fuel savings ain't going to be worth it if you just turn more loads. But like me this weekend, I've got from Friday until Monday to go 750 miles or less. I think it was. There's no reason to run at 70 miles an hour. I'm going home. You know, the truck and my truck, like if I go below 62, I really have to go all the way down to like 58. And I'm not going to go 58. I don't want to cause traffic. I don't want to cause problems. You know, I mean, there's a safe speed. And on a 70 to 75 mile an hour freeway, like in Arkansas, 40 is 75 for cars, 70 for trucks. 58 to me is too slow to be safe. So that's just me. X-Flake says, is there any way we can get a wall built around Atlanta? All local deliveries run by the inmates. P.S. Send my at-home points. Yes, I will do that. I will do that. I wouldn't be against local deliveries only. Chief Hello says, shoot, I used to load the fuel tanks to the max, 9,500 gallons, 5-axle, 2-lane roads. Whew. Damn it, Bobby. Damn it, Bobby. That's why you're in a recliner now, because you made all the money. That paid you all the money. Dominican Trucker says, how's the new fridge holding up? Loving the new fridge. It is the best, you know. 38-degree cold water. At my fingertips. Now that little fridge really was a game changer for me because it more than doubled the size of my refrigerator capacity in the truck. And like now when I go home this week, I've got groceries I'm going to have to take out of the truck and take home. But I would rather have extra groceries that I take home than to run out of groceries on the road and have to go, you know, eating fast food and all. So yeah, it's a game changer. Thanks again, Joe Little, for the $9.99. Appreciate you. Michael says, TP Trucking unhooked all of the CMS on their trucks. The safety manager and the GM were on their way to one their Mills pickups and caught a shadow and jackknifed, almost killing them both. Son of a bitch. Yeah. That's the truth right there. I mean, I don't know why the Bendix thinks it needs to slam the brakes on full brakes when it sees a shadow. You know what I mean? Michael says, yo, no, someone had to change their shorts. You damn right. Since Ryle says, we need to quit dummy proof in this industry. If you step in front of a freight train, do you blame the train? Mel, me personally, I would sue the train company for, you know, not stopping. Barry says, the brake slamming could be very dangerous, not to mention I would cuss him like a sailor. Yeah. Oh, it's most certainly dangerous. I don't know who thinks that's a good idea, having the brakes just automatically slam on all the time. Like I said, when I got this truck, it done it to me a few times. I had them hook the computer to it, and we adjusted a few things, but it's not perfect. Like I said, it still wants to slam on the brakes when a car takes an exit ramp if I'm too close, or if they slow down a lot. But I've got used to it. I kind of know what to look for now. Hexflake says, can't imagine Stepdaddy Cash knocking at the door for rent. Damn it. Hector says, I think the lower 48 ELD should be like Alaska clock, 15-hour drive, 20-hour shift, 80-hour cycles. Yes. I believe the cycle should be 80 hours for sure. You know, it should be 80 hours in 8 days like they do here. You know, instead of 70 hours in 8 days, it should be 80 hours in 8 days. And they should get rid of the 30-minute break and take that 30-minute break, polish it up real nice, turn it sideways, and stick it right up whoever's candy ass that came up with that idea. That's what I think about that. Joe Little pulling them combos. I love combos. Get the pizza ones. Delicious. Dusty Trail says 1.5%. That's 2 free gas station sandwiches that are 50% off. Damn it. No. Don't talk to me about 50% off gas station sandwiches, please. Whew. That ruined like 2 days of my life, let me tell you. Do not go to the Quick Trip. I will not freebase cocaine again. Okay? I will not freebase cocaine. No, I got 2 gas station cheeseburgers the other day, and I will not do that again. I promise you. Lord God have mercy, was that rough? Since paralysis, high fuel prices, benefits, truck stops so quiet. No one island can listen to the music played at the fuel island. Yeah, I started talking about that earlier and got sidetracked. I was at Love's last night in the middle of the night, and every fuel stall was taken. And I pulled up, went in, got coffee, and I was trucking late into the night last night. I went to about midnight or so, 1 o'clock, somewhere in there. But I stopped at about 10 o'clock and got me a cup of coffee, and there was not one truck idling at that damn fuel island. And I was like, that is rare to have like 6 or 7 trucks at every fuel island, or have one truck at every fuel island and none of them idling. I was like, that's pretty rare. That damn fuel is 5 something a gallon. And that was in Missouri, I think. And it was like $5.25 a gallon in Missouri pump price. Absolutely craziness. Craziness, I tell you. Let's see. If you need help with your fueling or your discounts, be sure to check out ES Advantage. I'll put a link down in the pinned comment down there if anybody needs that. Dominican Trucker says, are you still using the butane stove? Yes, I am. I actually bought a new one the other day. Let me see if I can reach this monstrosity. I bought this on Amazon for like $25. I'm testing it to see if it's more efficient than the Steno, whatever they're called. But boy, this thing reeks of cheap Chinese plastic. Oh gosh, that is some cheap ass Chinese plastics right there. I probably got some sort of cancer by just breathing that one time. But this is the new one. I got this on Amazon for like $25. I'm trying to see if it's more efficient because it's got this little ring around it that kind of like helps keep the heat in. I don't know if y'all can see that ring or not. My lighting's pretty poor, but it seems to be doing pretty good. You can tell it's cheap as hell made though. But they just last forever. These little butane stoves. So, if you buy anything on Amazon, be sure to use my link down below, my Amazon link. Stepdaddy Cash gets a little bit of money from the all-powerful overlord Jeff Bezos if you use my link. I do appreciate it. But yeah, I love cooking with I've got an air fryer. I've got I've got an electric eye, that Techwood electric, stove eye. That's amazing. I mean, the thing heats up like really quick. I got a video about that if you want to look that up. But the butane's it for me. I love the butane. Instant heat. I click it on, it's instant heat. Love cooking on gas. I mean, I know butane's the bastard gas, but I still love cooking on it. I love cooking on it. Let's see. Chicago's very own says, I do some toot. You do some toot. I mean, not to, what does he say? Not to be impolite. I do a little toot. Somebody offers me a little toot, I'm gonna do it. Just a little toot. Yes. My favorite is in heavy traffic doing 6 miles an hour, and the trucks thinks we're ramming the car in front of us. Then safety says, "What did you do?" Yes. Hey, but I will freebase a little cocaine. Exactly. Beer Gut Boomers in the house. Good evening. Dropping 800 to 900 a day on fuel at 1,200-mile team shuttle between Atlanta and Shreveport. Buying fuel in Alabama at a low dollar of $5 a gallon. Lord have mercy. That don't even seem right. $5 fuel in Alabama. I mean, these damn politicians don't give a shit about none of us, and I'm telling you that's the truth. Joe Little says gas station burger patties are filled with used sandpaper as a filter. Yeah, it felt like that. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. It felt like it was full of broken glass. Something Epic says, one of my bosses had me going this speed limit, even if the speed limit is 75 to 80, while other boss oversees the financing and is cursing the fuel logs. The two don't see eye to eye on fuel economy. Well, as long as they're not trying to blame you for anything, that's all that matters there. Beer Gut Boomer says, get an induction cooking plate. Just need steel or iron skillet. Yeah, I don't have an induction because of number one, I'd rather cook with gas. I like the butane better, and I like to line my pan with aluminum foil, and I can't line my pan with aluminum foil on an induction cooktop. Not safe. So that's why I don't do the induction cooktop. But that's it, folks. I think I'm going to head on out of here. And we will see you guys on the later. Be sure to smash that like button on the way out. Thanks, everybody, for coming in and joining me. If you're watching on the replay, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I much appreciate it. Click that link down below if you need that ES advantage in your life. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.